Other than you don't like Dust 514, what reason is free to play bad?
It's simple. Free to play games are designed to siphon money out of you.
Okay, as opposed to what do you mean? Okay, siphon money out of me. How?
Like Star Wars.
Okay, then if we were going to have that discussion about Star Wars, and you want to talk
Just an
about
example.
if you want to talk about Star Wars and EA, that's an entirely different thing. But to address that point, that's EA. That is EA, and just to bring it out with EA and the whole Star Wars thing, EA only went free to play because they wanted to get more players. EA and BioWare, they just needed more players, so they thought going free to play, but having the free to play restriction model would get them more players. And it didn't work because the way they did it was stupid. And the way that they restricted the players was completely unfair and made people not want to play the game. So that's something else entirely. And I understand where you're going from with that, or where you're coming from. You know,
Thank you.
I have that's EA. That's not CCP. CCP.
So don't judge all free to play like
Yes.
other free to play.
No. Yes. Don't judge CCP like you would
So
EA.
this is the only good free to play game.
This is one of the few good free to play games that I have played.
What about League of Legends?
I have yet to play League of Legends,
How you
and
do play it?
no, and I have my reasons for not playing League of Legends, and that's kind of it's
That's
a
for a
personal
different
thing.
time, then.
Yeah, it's for a different time, and maybe you'll see us do a Let's Play or a fan versus hater or whatever about League of Legends, but not today.
Even you're saying let's play. Let's stop this.
Whatever. Back on topic. Oh gosh. What was I saying? But yeah, EA, just because EA has a terrible free to play system doesn't mean CCP does. Ooh, headshot. You know you love it.
How do you headshot with the machine?
Shoot him in the face. Shut up.
Oh, okay. I guess the whole head.
Yes. Anyway,
Merely knocked him out though.
but yeah, with this game,
You actually made that jump.
I definitely think if I can kill this guy, I can finish my thought.
Well then, the other reason why I don't really like this game is just it's too. Well, it's a FPS, but I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just shoot a bunch of dudes.
And I think now that
Like Mag. I mean, that was alright, but I mean, there wasn't else much to it. There was no story. There was no lore. It's just
And-
shoot all these dudes
see
that are
now
clones. There are even
that's-
clones in this game. They're all clones. Why are you just playing
anyway,
clones?
that's an issue you have with. Okay, that's just you don't like first person shooters. And
No, I'm saying this is just bland.
now that's a reasonably legitimate argument. That actually that has some legitimacy.
There you go. This game needs more color. We want psychedelic colors.
No, it doesn't need more color.
No, not that
What
far,
this
but-
this game does need a little bit more variety as far as game modes go, and I'm really hoping that the next patches address that issue. Like this one didn't quite seem to, and that's something else. I didn't mention the video that I made earlier, and I kind of wanted to just gloss over it briefly right now, but this really did not address. This patch didn't address too much the issue with oh, where's that guy? He's getting on my nerves. He's scary. Get out of here. This didn't address too much. Where am I getting shot from? This is depressing. I'm
Sure.
gonna die.
He jumped.
Okay, he jumped. Because you can do that in this game. Anyway, yeah, this game didn't really
Like
add
every
too many.
other FPS.
Shut up. This game didn't add too many game modes, and that's an issue. Something I hoped, I wanted to see some more done with the faction warfare system, and I was kind of sad that I didn't really see too much. I also wanted to see a little bit more done with the
Glitch.
not a glitch.
I saw a glitch.
He was reviving that guy.
Hey, oh,
Thank you.
Okay, revive. I guess
Oh,
that's how
stop
you.
it.
That's how you revive
Stop.
a clone. It
Stop.
looks like a. Sorry.
Stop. And you talk about animation quality, now you're just nitpicking. The animation quality is fine just because you don't understand it. Anyway. Oh god. Nope.
Bye bye
You-
shields.
Shotguns! I'm so scouts, man. I'm sick of them. Yes, heal me. Did you just get me up in the middle of nowhere? If you better heal me, you punk. You suck.
Hey,
Don't do that, guys.
be nice.
If you play Dust 514 and you're a newbie, let me tell you this right now. Don't revive
Play
somebody.
this game.
Shut up. I'm really gonna kill you. Don't revive somebody in the middle of a pack and then just leave them sitting there. But and so anyway, getting back to the point
Well, I
here.
guess that's a good thing. Your health doesn't. Is your health regenerated?
My health is regenerated.
No.
That's because I actually gave it the option to let my.
So there's medics, but there's.
Yes, I can choose. I can regenerate my health very slowly, as you saw. Yeah, so very very slowly regenerate my health, and there's different stipulations that go along with different restrictions that go along with regenerating your health. As much as you would like to nitpick it, it's actually a very well done system.
Click, clickety click.
That's
Nobby nobby. Turn, push, bop it.
oh. Whatever. Hey, and I'm also going to point this out, people. This is the same guy who can sit through that broken game that is called Final Fantasy 13, but he can't play Dust. Or he didn't even have a legitimate criticism of Dust.
Oh, is this what you do now? You're just trying to, badmouth your competition. You're a debater.
Like, not bad about my competition. I'm proving a point.
You're trying to discredit me.
I'm proving a point. Yeah, because honestly,
I like all types of games.
I don't know. See, but I guess because you did have one legitimate criticism. I think and the game modes are definitely a little bland. It's a little lacking, and I'm kind of upset about that.
Not game mode, but I mean like the game layout. Like there's so much open space.
Yeah, and it's not really. Oh, that's a tank. I didn't see that thing.
It's like it looks like the tanks rule the place.
Yeah, kind of, but once again, you have the anti-vehicle, and so you can kill those things. They're not indestructible. But yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Definitely, visually, you see how that tank ran the heck out of here? He's down. Yeah, there he goes.
It looked like it was all one color too.
Oh no, because he has put a hardener on, and so it's like
Oh.
and so it kind of puts a shield over him, and that you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to see the shields. Anyway, don't hit me. Whatever. Oh, we're about to clone them. We're gonna win. Sweet. Nice job, guys.
Clone
people
them?
in the game. It's a turn.
Star
Ow.
Wars? Clones?
Oh, I got the last clone.
They're still moving.
Well, no, I didn't get the last clone. He's not gonna spawn in. Another kill. Jump on. I'm doing pretty good this round, and I'm not doing amazing.
You're just shooting clones.
I'm gonna die to this.
I'm surprised you got one left.
I got one left. Look at my health. It's like nothing.
Wow, this is like your first victory I've ever seen you do.
I'd like to point out that I had a victory before this. Anyway,
Sure.
but yeah, okay. See all of this. Definitely, there could be so much more. And I also agree with you. And I think that I kind of want to point the finger at not so much
good.
CCP.
Not good at pointing fingers.
Anyway, not so much as CCP himself. That's a pretty good one. 21-9.
What does CCP even mean?
Oh my gosh! Look it up. Google it. I'm not here to debate the name that you somehow found a
I'm
reason to
asking
complain
for
about.
info. Please back up your statement of CCP.
Oh my god! Shut up. Oh god, what was I saying? But yeah, all that extra space could be filled up with so many more interesting things. Like it would be really cool to kind of see some signs of like the space like in fractional warfare, because there actually is a battle going on overhead for the planet. It'd be kind of cool if you could see some of that stuff going on kind of above you.
I remember when the game was first announced. That was like kind of like the coolness of it in their initial revealing was how it connected with everything.
Yes.
And like you were all, even ground troops were part of a bigger, you know, skirmish in the air or the space,
Yes.
and like they could interact.
Yeah. Well, which you definitely can, and that's totally possible when you're doing factional warfare. You can, once you when you have enough points to get that orbital strike, you call it in to the pilots if you have pilots. But sometimes you don't have pilots over that particular space because your
Right.
pilots have been wiped out by the other Eve players, and that happens.
Can I buy pilots?
Oh my gosh.
No, that'll take 10 hours. But speed up your time by buying this.
See, that's not even a legitimate criticism. You literally have had 2 legitimate criticisms of this game so far. And only 2. And I expected better of you than mudslinging.
I've played a single, well, like, really, like, got into one free-to-play game. And I will never do it again.
And see, that's because you played a bad free-to-play game.
It's a really popular one. I won't mention it because that's how much I detest it now. I don't even want to mention it.
He's so disrespectful. Anyway, like I was saying, what were we talking about? You're talking about the connection. Yeah, as far as just the visuals go, there definitely needs to be more. And I think that's coming. But I think, and this is kind of what I've heard, I didn't get to research this too much. But, you know, as I've seen people discuss this, and I think I told you about it before, the issue that they had with having to rebuild their own, kind of their own engine, CCP, when they had this game, they had their own engine for it, and there was so much more. But it was burning up the PlayStation 3s. Because it had, this is when it first came out, the PlayStation 3s were cooking themselves.
Okay, I
And-
think I remember hearing
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I think we had a discussion before, and so then they kind of went to the Unreal, and it was less powerful, and so there's not so much that they can do, and so kind of what they've been doing, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's almost like they're remaking their game, almost like this is a beta, and they're still adding things to it, and so that's kind of that's kind of why I give this game a little bit of a pass. Not only are they running
Because it is part of an even bigger game. Eve.
yeah, it's part of an even bigger game, and they're still adding things, and still, you know, trying to get this game back to the spot where it was. Because when this first came out, there was a lot more. The maps were a lot bigger. Even if you look right now, look at that red line. See how there's only a small section? Look at all that extra space. I mean, it's there for a reason, you know. And so there's
Really, I thought it was just there so it didn't want to be like an SRPG where everything's floating on in space.
oh well, no, I don't think it's like that.
But I make a story around that.
I'm sure they could. I honestly, I think, and I kind of hope this happens. If this game gets taken to a PlayStation 4, you know, and we put this in 1080p, 60 frames per second, all that nice stuff, and
don't start.
Anyway.
Man, that can only happen on PC.
anyway, stop. Anyway, you know, once all that stuff, or when all that stuff hopefully happens, and there's a lot more, they can do a lot more with this game, I think we'll definitely see some improvements. And as far, I'll definitely see some improvement. I'm not going to hit that guy with this thing.
A
Gosh,
little bit.
I hit him a little bit, but not, it's outside the optimal range, and so we're going to be here for a while trying to kill
Had
him.
a frame drop? Was that a frame drop right there?
Yeah, there's been some frame drop issues with this 5.14 1.8 updates. I've noticed. I've been
I don't
hearing
really
s-
care too much about that. I mean, unless it's like really low.
Wait,
Like a
what-
certain game we played before.
Yeah, I want to show you some gameplay of that. I don't know if you've ever seen it, you guys. Enslaved. We're gonna have to show you that. Enslaved. Like one. The frame rate. It's like 10 frames per second on the PlayStation 3. Maybe not even 10 frames per second. I think we were like 9.5 frames per second.
You want to talk about a PS3 cooking? That's
Oh my goodness.
10 frames already cooking a PS4 or
It was,
PS3.
it's so bad.